All right, there we go. Should be back to normal. And yeah, everything working as intended. I duly hope so. Looks like it is. Yeah. All right, let me adjust some of the volume though. Hey, Inferno, how we doing? Gonna go pull that down a little bit. Good, good. Been running around everywhere, both digitally and physically. But got a good couple of days of dueling behind me and ahead of me. We are trying to close out the season with a Master 1 finish. We're still actually just at Master 5. But I'm going to take my WCQ deck. Actually did not do too bad. Made the top 10,000. Feeling good about that. But still got to get through this rigmarole. So what are we playing? We are playing Craft. And it's pretty similar to what I did before. Although, I do want to put the Vanities Fiends back in, because I still proudly profess that it is better to win going first every time you go first, and maybe win with a balanced deck that goes first or second. But that is how I only made top 10,000 in the cup, so see what we can get done, but we're off to the races. Bleep. Oh! Well, I didn't say win every time going first. See if that actually, well, we'll see if we can actually do that. But we shall see. Speaking of the days ahead, by the way, Chaos Origins premiere event happening this weekend. But I also just found out that, like, Yugi, Kaiba, and Bakura are just going to be in town this weekend. So I might try to get some cool new cards signed. Speaking of cool new cards... Do I want to... Now, we're going to start with Dimensional Fissure. New addition to the deck, by the way, Pot of Desires. I wasn't playing this during the cup, but it feels really good to play after you do everything. So we'll go ahead and activate our Anato Craft. Pay a 9, feeling fine. You go Ash Blossoming? Nope. That's the scoop. So now we're 2 wins from Master 4, and that's the stream. That's basically what we're doing today. All right, get back in. Oh, are you? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Are you really? I believe it is 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. in North Richland Hills, Texas. I think, like, I was gonna go to the Card Haven for all 3 days of the premiere event, but I might, like, have to mix this up and go, like, Friday the premiere event and maybe Saturday I go to the NostalgiaCon event, and then Sunday I come back. So. Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see you there in a couple of days. Let me maxi and just relax, because I ain't got any other buttons to press. Alright, it resolved. We're playing Aogiri, and the kanji I do not recognize. Do still love the song, did not get sick of that. Yep. Didn't get to stream as much as this weekend as I was hoping. But that honestly let me just kind of lock in. There's a lot of people who had like connection issues and other stuff going on. I just had a little bit of work to do actually. But I got the work done. Alright, so I guess at this point it's just throw the whales down, draw. Wow, that sure is 3 Enneacraft Astapixia. I'm actually seeing this used more and more in like just other decks for no reason. I guess not for no reason, but definitely like it's cool in anti-targeting. I actually think that Astapixia is the best Enneacraft there is. But we'll see if our opponent concurs. A little bit. Little known fact that mostly like the old Pharaoh minions know, people who've been watching me for many years. When it comes to cerebral horror, that is things like suspense where they're not just trying to jump at you and say, ah, I'm like terrified in advance. You know, and what's interesting about cerebral horror is, you know, it is that horror constructed by man. And there is no greater fear than your fellow human being. But, like, for real, I get scared easily, so I've certainly seen, you know, a lot of classic horror movies. Newer stuff I haven't, like, I don't know if you count Obsession in that, but, like, that kind of vibe. But, yeah, what you got for me? Asked a pixie up. Let's go flip. Set it down. You know, what if we activate our effect here? Just to see. I'm gonna activate that on a Torimar and then try to flip down the Baron de Flair. Alright, they are gonna negate it. But that just means this happens. So we're gonna negate that. I still think this is actually gonna change the battle position, so we're gonna end up with a flipped up. I know we won't because we're destroyed. Duh. My bad. No, I have not actually. That would be a new one for me. We're just gonna set another anti-targeting measure here. And this will be a slow game of Enneacraft. It's neat that the whale both flipped up and then flipped face down. So we basically just got rid of Baron for free. And we don't have a great field/hand, but not too bad. It depends on where they are. If it's a YouTube playlist, that should be fine. I don't think YouTube links are anything that we're going to get yelled at for. Let me double check. YouTube.com/me. That seems okay. Alright, so we got through that. Seems like Enneacraft is still cranking here. Let's go back in. Oh, yeah. That did work. And Nightbot did not scream at you. You're about to open an external link. Watch out. Oh, interesting. Okay, not gonna watch this on stream quite a bit. But I like that it's... Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, this is like really... Okay, I love this kind of content, so I'm gonna put this as a little bookmark, save playlist for later. And then... Time to Enneacraft. Blam. Let's see. I am just gonna grab random shapes, right? Yeah, we definitely need shapes. Oh yeah, I'll skip the 2 hours though. That's still cool though, it's still neat. Long form projects are something, well, when you're streaming you don't have time to do anything else because you're right here. But I do need to carve around some time for some more solid recordings. We had a lot going on here. The Deck Master Cup, the Shadow Duelist event. Like, it has been, it's been busy. You. Right? There's so many ways to read that. It could be you, or it could be you, or it could just be like you, and just have like a hanging thread there. Speaking of hanging threads, I didn't see the messages except haven't even opened them up. That kind of day. I will add, and I will add, and then I will place the blue shape face up on the field and say blue shape, find green shape. And the green shape is here. Green, green, green. The other thing I've done that's a little different is I cut Trito Enneacraft Exapaticia down just to have like room for other stuff. I may actually end up adding that back in. But I'm just kind of getting to this point with Enneacraft where I'm just very comfortable playing it in various different ways. We got like everything, so I think it's just time to grab the bird friend for anti-targeting measures. Somebody asked me if I want to go for a full max rarity deck, or just the Magicians, and I'm starting to think that when Chaos Origins has its premiere event this weekend, my trade binder is yours if you've got some blinged out cards. Speaking of blinged out cards though, let's do what we're supposed to. So we're going to activate here, and we're going to put back all of the shapes. 4 ain't bad. We're still in Pot of Desire, so you get a little bit of plus there, and you get some setup off the Enneacraft Rebirth. Oh, it's so... Yes! Oh, it's everything you are hoping for. It's the most toxic combination of cards possible. And yes, will it break? Yeah, it can. But let's go grab... I guess I don't want to burn anybody, so I will just put one of these down. Alright, well, when I get a chance. But, activate. Hold for applause. Nothing happens. Set it, you don't get a no. Activate. It's good. And now we just go Dimensional Fissure. I guess I'll Pot of Desires first, just in case I draw anything. Draw 2. That's fine. What did we lose? We lost some shapes, but we're like past the initial shape sorting stage. So I think we set Rivalry of Warlords, and then we'll Tribute Summon over this friend. And so now what do we have? It's a very simple field, and this is what I was basically doing throughout the World Championship qualifiers, is just set up a field that you can't summon and you don't have a graveyard and protect it, and just see if they surrender. Good duelist won't. And not saying bad duelist will, but some frustrated duelist might. Are they going to choose the attack position monster? Or are they going to choose... Ooh, going for the spells and traps. You know that's fine, because they still can't summon. And if they try to do anything targeted, then they have made a mistake. Ooh, that's non-targeting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. So we'll just let that go. It's Senpai time! Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. What if... I did nothing, actually, because this was not the time to do anything. Yikes. Did I need an additional whale? Maybe should I have drawn other cards? Probably that would have helped. Yikes. Also, kind of slowly but surely getting back into Duel Links. Not that I was ever, like, out of Duel Links, but we had the Rush Duel qualifiers where we made top 10,000. We had the Speed Duel qualifiers. I actually missed those completely. Whoops. We got, like, D-Level 18, and the weekend just wasn't it. And then... Oh, I know, 10 bucks. That's as much as 5 twos. No response. I guess we're waiting for targeting? Alright, battle phase is pretty rough. 500. And I'm so low anyway. That's what's so rough about it. So attack, but didn't do anything. Thank you. You know, I wish I had more time, and I'll show you, like, my duel history. I actually was really dueling to the last second. No response. No response, no response, no response. This is like, tough. I really, if I had Whale, this would be the easiest duel. Not necessarily, though, because Fire Dragon monsters are currently protected, but that's the risk you take. All right, start the damage step. Oh, this is interesting because now they can't target cards in the graveyard. So they actually don't get the effect of Tenpai Dragon Fadra yet. Could still do it later. Yeah, it is. It is. It's some good stuff. I had some like really interesting replays that I want to watch from like the opponent's perspective that actually haven't gone back and done yet, where people insta-scooped, and I really want to see from the opponent's perspective how bad it was. Because that seems just like silly to win that fast. By the way, speaking of winning fast, it is Tenpai, and I did do about 5,000 damage to myself. Can you imagine? You're just like, go, my little guys. Yikes. All right, let's go break back into it. So, the big secret. So I have like a very strange thing to say that I just want to get out on record so I can like say it later. Oh hey, yeah, it's been good, it's been good, it's been good. So, I get to go to a lot of events, and there are a lot of duelists on this planet who definitely have not been to as many Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments as I have. That's a privilege and not guaranteed to anyone. There's actually, by the way, a lot of duelists who have been to even more events than I have, to where if you compare how many events I've been to, I look like a fake fan Not that that's a real thing. But I do look like, you know, I'm just modestly beginning my Yu-Gi-Oh! Journey. So there's a lot of people from all different walks of life. And so as part of that, at least specifically for the last couple of years, I try not to do, like, that much in the World Championship qualifiers. I just try to show, like, hey, Grandpa still got it. But I don't want to create a circumstance where, like, somebody dueled me, especially considering the toxic decks I play, and they decide, no, that was too much. I lost, and I can't do this again. And I know that there will probably be people out there who's like, that's just a cover story because you're not good at the game. That's also true. That's also true. But, like, it's true that I just don't want to, like, shift, because the way, you know, 100 duelists go in and we're all playing each other, and I just don't want to cause a negative experience. Maybe that changes in subsequent years, but at least for now, I've definitely, like, laid low. Let's talk about ranking. Details. Ba-ba-da-bum. So, 9,319. So, I mean, it's in here. For some reason, it says Pheromone, and it's got my icon on. I don't know how. But this was one of those cups where I loved the format so much that I was like, you know, maybe I can. Now, let me just say, credit where credit's done. Like, Ryan Yu is insane. And I don't mean that he needs psychiatric help. I mean, he is an incredible duelist. He has been, since I met him as a child, not in any weird way. I was a Dragon Duelist judge, and it was 10 or so years ago, and yeah, he was a little kiddo. I want to say he's the 2017 North American Dragon Duel champion, and I believe he's the 2018 World Champion. So yeah, good stuff. 74,000 record-breaking, you know, top 10 in 25. September and December, and I mean, like, this is insane, and I love the returnee. Returnee is a statement. Soft-spoken, incredible duelist, really good stuff, really good stuff. So, this isn't my highest place, but I actually went back and I went through, and I'm like, I usually just tend to just kind of, like, lay low. I just want to get the icon, but it actually is my first World Championship qualifier bronze icon. Like, I'm not trying to front about that. So, yeah, just one of those things where it was funny to, like, just accidentally get in. In terms of match history, this stopped, I want to say, at 1959. So you can see, like, I was really going back and forth. And there were a lot of losses because I was playing a very, like, stubborn go-first Enneacraft deck. And so on that last day, you'll see, like, over the course, there was only, like, a couple of duels an hour. But I was still really going for, like, a better score. But it was rough between the Cool Tune, which we know based on the updated Forbidden and Limited list for Master Duel coming in July. Maybe Cool Tune was pretty good, right? And the same goes for a lot of different decks. A lot of people thought Cool Tune was undisputed strong. I think it was really cool that Ryan did all of his work with, like, I think it was like up to 50 or 40,000 points with Radiant Typhoon, and then all the way with Killer Tune. Excuse me, Cool Tune. OCG on the bread. But, actually, OCG on the hat. But yeah, just really, really incredible work from everybody involved, and it makes me really exciting to watch this World Championship because there's just a lot of cool stuff going on. Speaking of cool stuff, I did want to share some of those replays because I haven't seen these. I just want to know what my opponents were surrendering to. These are like 1 second surrenders that we have, right? Yeah. This one lost the coin flip. This one I want, yeah, number of turns, like, practically none. So I just want to see. Because 1 turn, I think, like, a lot of the duels in the early, and you see this in Enneacraft, a lot of people just don't want to play, don't have the stuff. The second you start just go, like, Dimensional Fissure, Enneacraft piece, that's game. So, let's see if I can pause. Can I see the information? No, I guess maybe you can't because you can't see it from, like, the opponent's perspective. Show cards, display number of spectators, battle phase detail, special summon animation, cut-ins, card effects, player name, card report, use icon, right-hand card list, general. So maybe I just can't see this? And I'm really sad because if you look, it just goes, play a card, scoop. And I just want to know what their hand was. Because I don't feel, I mean, it's true, I had the Vanity's Fiend and I was going first. But yeah, it only lets you see your deck because it's not, if it's a ranked duel, you can confirm opponent's deck. But yeah, that's just not a way to see the information. So we'll never get to know. So other than just sussing them out there, unfortunately, that was not what I was hoping to do. I just wanted to see. Too bad. But yeah, no, it's certainly a really cool format. Duel Links is still going through a little bit of adjustment, so I'm not really sure what the Duel Links format will finally be by the time we get over there. I think new pack, maybe this. I think it's this week, but I don't think it's yet. I'm gonna pull up the Duel Links in the side here just so I can verify that. Go settings. Oh, you can't change that there.
Duel Links.
Alright, let me patch. Alright, but speaking of which, we are here to mainly Enneacraft. So I will get that going. And at the same time, got Duel Links right here. Is this a worm, a feed, or a machine? It's a worm. It's Galactiara Eve. No, it's Thunder Giant. I went to Duel Academy. What is this card's attack? I think it's 2200. I'm right. Okay, cool. But actual schedule programming. And don't worry, I'm gonna get rid of the conflicting music in just a second here. Although it doesn't look like we got much to do on our side. All right, conflicting music, please. Oh, I think actually, maybe the new box was added. So maybe we'll do a pack opening. Sure. Okay, hold on. Let me turn the buttons back on, because it is true that we're no longer in official town. Oh, by the way, just thanks again for everybody who checked out like the 9-hour stream we did last Wednesday. That was insane. All right, but go to that button. Go to this button. Go to this button, go to that button. That's all on. There you go. That one's back on too. Sure, I could commentate some replays. If it's not working immediately, just refresh. Should be good. But yeah, it's only 2 weeks until the NAWCQ, which is kind of insane. I heard it. We'll do it. Official Town was fun. Alright, making sure we've got everything visible. There we go. Don't worry, friends. Don't worry. Don't worry, HML. We'll get that too. And appreciate everybody for, you know, when the train is on the track, sometimes the only place it goes is to the station. I think. All right, got our pack of gifts, got all that. And then I swear it said new pack. Inbound, so it's not here yet. Okay, so the End of Dominion will not be added by June 26th. Oh, they're going to add them for a later date. Interesting. But the actual pack, the End of Dominion, is going to release on the 26th. So we still got 2 days for that. If you're paying attention on Duel Link's side, there's Borderland Dragon, there's Rite of Aramasir, there is the Water Enchantress Temple, which is exciting, and there'll be some more cards added at a later date. It's interesting that they actually like mention, no, we're not going to add those cards yet. Stay tuned. Ragnarok stuff's really neat, and there's some reprints for a bunch of plant stuff, which is cool too. But I guess since it's not here yet, I'll save my gems, maybe do a little auto-dueling, and get back to Master Duel work. There are plants. Uwu. Did you know that Uwu is a Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic term? And that no one on the planet said Uwu at all until Yu-Gi-Oh invented Uwu to be said? In the same way that Morbius memes, they came from Yu-Gi-Oh content creators. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh has a big cultural impact beyond just the cards. Alright, let me, hold on. Maybe turn the Duel Link stuff down a little. Alright. It's not the worst place to be. Wow, okay, so we'll do a whale check. Maxi's fine. We're gonna go Dimensional Fissure. Bop. What you got? What you got? Yep, Fallen the Virtuous. It's a very easy way to just get the Fallen the Virtuous out of their extra deck. You know, that's fair. I think it's from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfic. Uwu Internet Origin. Earliest known uses. I swear it was a Yu-Gi-Oh! One. The earliest verified documented use found in 2005 Yu-Gi-Oh! Fiction. The exact internet roots are debated, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Fandom has played a major role in its documented history. And this is from a post, and I'm going to direct your attention here. Art imitates life, imitates art, imitates life. Scale. Let's trick him into thinking we don't have anything else. You know, I will get back to the article there. Just a weird, you know. There's also like Genie of the Puzzle, published on October 14th, 2005. Yeah. Oh no, I know exactly where I was October 14th, 2005. Woo! Woo, Grandpa still got the memory banks. Just don't know if I want to plug those into anything. It wasn't me. What happened to our opponents? Did they just... That's got to be a time limit. That's got to be like a timeout. It has been, Luna. And honestly, you know, the hits just keep on coming. July is going to be a very busy month. They always are. I'm always like, this is the month where I'm going to get to do everything I want. I sure did sign up for a lot, didn't I? But no, the NAWCQ honestly is like super, super exciting. And I love that we're just kind of like casually playing 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Games and talking over them. Oh, I love Duelists. It's not just Yu-Gi-Oh! I love. It's Yu-Gi-Oh's great. Duelists. This is you. When will we get a rank, by the way? When is possible? But yeah, so let's talk about July. Got a lot of stuff planned in July. There was like some stuff that I was hoping I was gonna get done, and I realized some of it may be showing it needs to. I gotta close the door on you guys. So, bye. Going to hide the evidence. Keep it safe. Keep it secret. Okay, I'm back. But yeah. Just got a lot of stuff going on. So I've got my own little secret personal project I'm working on. I will be at the NAWCQ the entire time, which is great. Trying to think of other stuff after that. I think I've got a 1-week break, but I'm still working on a bunch of stuff. San Diego Comic-Con, also neat. I'm excited to see, because the NAWCQ is held on the same time. Like day, and it's gonna be 24 hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! Streaming. So, if you love this game, and you must love this game because there's no reason to be watching me, aha. But if you love the game, the Oceania, European, and North American World Championship qualifiers all happen from July 10th through 12th, and so we're just gonna be crowning champions just non-stop, like. And you're going to Tokyo, Japan, and you're going to Tokyo, Japan, and you're going to Tokyo, Japan. So it's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm definitely excited about that. And Chaos Origins. I love, like, the final exam. I know that some duelists, you know, because we've had this before with, like, the Infinite Forbidden where the set drops and then the WCQ happens. I think that if you're going to be a duelist who's going to the World Championship, that is Yami Yugi's homework assignment like once a week. How am I going to use new cards to beat new duelists I've never seen before? So maybe, I mean, there's still technically slots open. Did you know that you can go to the World Championship qualifiers and enter the last chance qualifiers to qualify for the World Championship qualifiers to qualify for the World Championship? Like, you literally, like, you could just be like, nah, I'm awful, and you got basically 2 weeks to get to, if you're in North America, where am I going? Minneapolis. And Minneapolis is where legends are going to be made. And we've seen it happen. Like, I think the most impressive Duelist story that I remember is Marshall, top 4 Duelist from the NAWCQ 2024. And he did not think he was going to make top 8. And he booked his flight for when top 8 would be played, and he just missed it. Like, they're like, where's Marshall? Paging Marshall. And he's like, I'm busy, I'm dueling. And it was so cool to, like, see him and punch his ticket to the World Championship. So good stuff. So, like, you can. But yeah, looking forward, speaking of locals, by the way, Luna, headed there this weekend. Maybe doing something Saturday now that the Yu-Gi-Ohs are in town. Dan Green, Eric Stewart, Ted Lewis. So, Yugi, Bakura, not in that particular order, but yeah, and Kaiba are all going to be there. And that seems kind of neat. So I may go check that out. I may get cards from the Chaos Origins pre-release and run up to, you know, Dan Green and be like, please, on the art, if you would be so kind, sir. Because if you missed my Chaos Origins video, then you might have missed that we pulled some decent stuff, actually. And I'm going to grab that now. It's official. It's not counterfeit. Not breaking street date. But probably the 2 cards that are like Wage no Praido and Joy. Yeah. I'm sitting on... Come on, camera. We got this. We got this. Does Scene 1 button still do what I think it does? It does! Okay, so we got time. Nothing's happening behind me, I promise. I've got... Pot of Sloth, which I'm very excited about. Probably for Enneacraft. It's going to be draw cards equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. Then, if you drew more than 2 cards, place cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order equal to the number you drew minus 1. So, what that means is they have 2 cards, you're going to draw 2 cards, and then you're going to put 1 back, because it's 2 minus 1, and so you always get to keep 1. Pretty neat, though, but for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you can't activate Pot of Sloth again. So, kind of difficult if you've got 2 of them, but still need 1 more, and so going to the premiere event to see if I can try to trade up into those. And then this, I know nobody cares, but for me, this was a really big one, and... Spoiler alert, might be planning my entire wardrobe around these cards. But pulling the Black Chaos was so neat. Now, still need a lot more. Still need Grifo. Still need the Blackluster Soldier. Still need Dark Chaos. Still need some amazing copies of Chaos Magical Hats. But tomorrow night, I'm probably going to just build the deck out and like leave blank slots for the other cards. And then, man, if I can't get everything... maybe it's Blitzkrieg? Maybe it's just more Enneacraft. Maybe, like, shapes. Shapes are what we're doing for the rest of my life. Speaking of shapes, let's try it differently this time. I'm going to reveal Tremoria, and I'm going to set Astapixia. Oh, you know what? Actually, we want to set the Spider to burn the Spiders just in case the Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon, immediately uses its effect. They don't always do it, but there it goes. This is like a weird, like, pick a path for a lot of duelists. That's fine. We don't need Spider-Man right now, anyway. What I can do instead is activate. I mean, yeah, it's totally possible given my dueling career there. I wonder what they're going to end up fusing for at this point. Don't see any Fallen of Albaz, so I don't imagine it's Dragon that devours the Dogma, but instead... It's going to be Blazing Cartesia and Mirror Jade. Oh, and I guess the Quem is going to go ahead and grab that. That's fair. So, with the Quem and the Grand Guinal, just going to be send. Maybe we set the anti-special summon one, at least just to get ready. So, we should see Quem activate its effect, like, nowish. Card left the extra deck. There's a monster that mentions it. Hey, Captain, my Captain. Hope you're doing good on your end of the world. Just continuing the path forward. Which is nice to bring back to like regularly scheduled programming. The fate of the world does not depend on these duels. We're not competing for the Shadow Duelist mask. I went 5-4 with Indian Crowd, which was not bad, but I will say that is the issue with this deck is you will lose some duels. And, well, it can't always be that. That's fair, that's fair. Well, virtual hugs to everybody. Let me see what I can do about that. If I just... Oh, whoops, I gotta play cards. What are we adding from our deck to our hand? You know, I kind of do just need the whale. But yeah, I can give everybody a hug. It's gonna be weird, but... Here you go, friends. It's just the shirts, and it's close. Sometimes you need a good hug. Sometimes it's just okay. Oh, who are we gonna negate? Why don't we negate the mirror shape? Oh, okay. Well, thank you. The very benevolent Captain Zimblanity, and I hope I am saying that correctly, just gave out a bunch of Tier 1 subscriptions. So congratulations, Hero Radio, Lost Inferno, Fire Dragon, Anto, Starfall Infinity, and Take a Luke. So that's okay. That's okay, Cap. That's okay. You don't have to be anonymous. You could just be generous. It does the same thing. Speaking of doing the same thing, let's keep activating card effects slowly but surely. That'll get you some cool stuff. After this, by the way, we got to go do the replay for you, Vox. I totally blanked on that. My bad. Activate. Very kind of you, by the way. Appreciate you, Cap. Alright, now I'm just gonna put this directly in front. Let's do it. Infinite Impermanence. Ooh, not doing nothing. Okay. Well, fine. Now it's actually time to play Enneacraft. I know, or else. There we go. Very random question. Did anybody catch the 35th anniversary Sonic the Hedgehog birthday stream? Like, it's okay. If you answer no, that's fine. But if you answer yes, I got a funny follow-up question for you. Yeah, I know that feeling. Allergies are not fun. Let's actually grab something else. You saw some of it. Did you recognize anybody from our beloved Yu-Gi-Oh universe? Because I'm just curious. Just curious. Alright, so shuffle all these back. Well, hello, friends. Good to see you, Julio. Do we have a playable Enneacraft shape? We do! Play the shapes. Activate. Answer seems to be no. Nobody recognized anyone from Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, speaking of recognizing somebody, thank you. Appreciate you, Luis. Okay, no. That was totally Jackie. That was totally Jackie, who we do get to run some Yu-Gi-Oh events with. And I was like, wait a second. That girl's everywhere. Great person to work with, by the way. Let's set our cards. And set. And thank you, Spitzer. I feel like the X's are probably silent. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, we'll end. End turn. Do they want to activate anything on their field during the end phase? I got a whale if they do. Something I was thinking about doing sometime soon, because I need to do it, and this is the best place to do it, but my attention would be divided. I may do a read-a-thon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember in the days where everybody's screen name was like, Screen name, that's cool. That is cool. Like that. Everything was like that. So, well, I might have frequented the locale that existed in that time we cannot return to. I say as we're like the adults in the room. Okay, yeah, I think a lot of people were like, oh yeah, that did bring some memories back. Oh my goodness, back when the way you dueled online, I kid you not. Oh man, is he really gonna hit the whale? What if he's attacking the scorpion? Well, yeah, let's just do it. Rivalry Warlords. It's a funny card for funny things. Okay, so they got Nick. Oh, they're going to target a monster in either graveyard and special summon to the field. That's so weird, considering that then Rivalry Warlords kicks in. And Spellcaster or... Yeah, they figured that out. They figured that out. I got a Hype Train emote, which gave us Mega Consume. Well, thanks, friends. I don't think I have Mega Consumed anything before. Also, Master Rank 4. All right, so this is working as intended. I'm going to shut Duel Links down. We'll come back to you later, Duel Links, when you get a new booster pack, buddy. No, I love Duel Links dearly. It is time to finish this. We're in Master Rank 4. We're going to keep trying. And I would like to, before we hit... And maybe it's a June 30 till like, or not June 30, or June 30th stream. But I would like to finally, you know, get Master 1, do some rated duels with this deck. And we've been putting it off because we were focused on World Championship qualifiers. But we ain't competing in World, so we got to figure it out another way. Oh, yo, whoops. All right, Vox, I'm going to officially refund your juice. Because I forgot. I just kept dueling. I just want to duel. And yet you're like, hey, what if you didn't duel? And I'm like, oh. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let me go. Oh man, this is such... I can't not play this hand. Dimension Shifter. Oh, it's Maxi. I know. Ooh, double toil and trouble. We're actually going Draco Tail Phymena. Interesting. I feel like Enneacraft is one of those decks where if the deck came out at the same time or before Enneacraft, you're usually doing pretty good. If it came out after Enneacraft, maybe not so much. But Dimension Shifter, what about all the management decks? What's Malice supposed to do? Why won't you think of Malice? Just laughing myself off camera. Ha 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 ha. I mean, it's a normal thing, though. Can you imagine? Imagine you are the star of a Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Sky the Fluffy Dragon. And Sky the Fluffy Dragon is presented a brand new opponent. And you say, I'm going to use my deck that heavily focuses on the graveyard. And then your opponent says, will you now? Ha! By discarding this card from my hand for this turn and the next turn, neither of us will get a graveyard and every card will be banished instead. It's very Yu-Gi-Oh! Like villain coded, and like those cards that like Pegasus would use, or Bakura would use, or Merrick would use, or everything all the way down to the Hydralanders, right? Like, they have a right to exist in this game. Some people, like your girlfriend, need banishment. Gotta let them banish stuff. I'm really like a big like, matchups are supposed to exist. I do play other games, and in other games you just get beat sometimes. You're like, oh no, he's fire and I'm water. I guess I'll lose today. So, the game is supposed to have a certain level of variables. At least I think so. And one of them is that there is no perfect deck. And if you get rid of Dimension Shifter, you get a little closer to like there not being so many problems in a particular format. And I think like one dimension shifter is fine, but things are changing. The OCG did just place on its Forbidden Limited list, Called by the Grave this week. So that's going to go into effect July 1st, technically next week. But maybe the people behind the scenes agree with you, not me. But I'm a big, what is the theory called? Radical acceptance? I'm really big into like, whatever it is, you know? If they just took spell cards out of the game tomorrow, and it was like all traps and flip effect monsters, funny because I'm playing a trap and flip effect monster deck, I'd probably be fine. So, what's weird is that Called by the Grave is kind of like predatory on Shifter. You only get the one copy. And sometimes it's going to resolve. I'm a big fan of Crossout Designator. I think Crossout Designator, because you are required to have it in your deck and not drawn in your hand, is pretty fair. Although I missed 3 Crossout Designators. It's a different game when you have 3 Crossout Designators, but it was a lot of fun. We'll grab all of these. I guess I should remember what trap they set. They set... Oh, where did it go? Dracotail, Athalion. Okay, so it's a Ketu Dracotail, so we probably do want to get rid of that. Let us secretly hide our anti-targeting. Well, it is in Japan. So that means that it could be over here. It could be on Master Duel in the future. I wouldn't miss it because it would open up like a deck slot in every deck I'm playing like ever, except this one. Oh, that's interesting. Pot of Desires. See what we got. Draw 2. Well, the Max C won't be doing much for us, but everything else will. So I'll set it. And I will also set it. And we got to, we'll set and activate last Pendulum spell. And I think that's all it's going to be. Granted, Dracotail got a very huge hand, but they do have no access to the graveyard. And we are protecting our cards from being destroyed, responded to, or targeted, as well as punishing them for activating the effect of the graveyard. So we can basically empty out what little graveyard they have. It's true that, like, when Called by the Grave was first released, it was a lot different in terms of the vibe, that it was just kind of like one-for-one trades. You're going to Ash Blossom me, no you're not. And now everybody has to be like, if it's their turn and I Ash Blossom, maybe this isn't going to resolve. I will take, based on the fact that we don't have anything in the grave, I'm just going to add Anti-Craft Release. But, do I want to move that to an additional Pendulum spell? You know I could, just so we have more. So yeah, we'll do it. By the way, Sister, where I still haven't, my train has not left the station. I've got like a couple of, urgent schedules, some of the new Anakaboom support that came out last set, but not too much else. Hey, Starfall Infinity, good to see ya. All right, we got up to 7 more flips coming, and 7 times 900 is a crisp 6,300. So they're gonna go and activate Fallen of the White Dragon, which famously doesn't destroy, doesn't target, and isn't responding to a card effect. This is what I always mean about, like, sometimes in Enneacraft you just kind of like run out of stuff to respond to. So we are just kind of hanging out there. Choo-choo. Alright, they're attacking. Gotta pick something. They're gonna go for the Architail here. I'm fine with that. We can just get that out of Pendulum. They did destroy it. Will they attack with the other ones? Oh, they are! This is free damage. 700 for no reason. Ooh, big numbers. And now no targeting. Super polymerization. The materials are a light and fallen of Elbaz, I would imagine. Poor Astapixia. We're still going to do a lot of damage to their end phase, which is nice. But the Maxi, let's take a look at what we actually did lose face down. Still fine. That's actually what I really like about this deck is that, like, honestly, Pot of Desire is a pretty good fit. You shouldn't play it till the end of the combo, but it can definitely be helpful. It can also, like, get you out of a jam. And since you're already running things like Dimensional Barrier, or excuse me, Dimensional Fissure and Dimension Shifter, then you have, like, a little bit of Joel and Lockwood protection. All right, big numbers here. Don't have to do much. Main phase 2. No Ecclesias to be seen. Can't get him to the field or the graveyard. They will have a graveyard after this, though. They're staring each other down. Oh my goodness, what a world, what a world. Alright, so looks like we're going to follow up with the Ketsu Draco Tail. Don't have a graveyard, so I don't know how we're going to see like a Draco Tail Gulamel. And they did already use Fallen of Elbaz this turn, but I don't know if they used... Yeah, they didn't use the secondary effect because they could not. Alright, so end phase. Damage! Blam! So we only gotta do 1,000 to him now, which is doable. It's doable. And that definitely helps. So we're gonna go activate Dimensional Fissure. They're gonna fuse. Come on, show me fusions. Ah, interesting. Fallen the Virtuous. That's fine. Because I don't think they're going to make it that far. Still don't have an Ecclesia monster in the graveyard, so we're resolving. That's fine. Pay 9, feel fine. There is a version of this where we could just normal summon Relinquished Anima, absorb their monster, and crash the two together. That might be interesting. Still gotta do 1,000. Well, luckily we've got our own Maxi here, so let's go ahead and pump that in. A Maxi I could only play because they destroyed my own Dimensional Fissure. It's not like I was trying to draw cards every time my opponent special summons a monster. But you made me do it. They are going to be able to destroy some cards, and we do have the Gulamel as well. So we drew. And then we're going to go grab Whale, Whale, Whale. Whale, whale, whale. With the cat dragon, right? Okay, responses. They should be trying to figure out chain links here. We should still have Frixel and Urgala. And then Gulamel probably at the last. They can destroy one here, destroy one there. Maybe get rid of the field spell. Not a huge concern for me. But I don't know that we're going to meaningfully get to a Torimar immediately. That's the only issue. So this duel actually made go another turn. Depending on what they set, though, we kind of, like, put them in a pretty, like, spiderable position. So we might be able to use Atzelspia. They are based off chess, yeah, and I actually have some of them here we could talk about. I think I may have everything that is currently available. The pawn, the king, the bishop and the rook, and then the move Angelic Key to e4, and then the field spell. The field spell is a common, which is really cool. What are you going to destroy? They're both the same. Do you leave them the way they are? Oh, do we lose another copy of a field spell? It's a good question. We did, but we still have a copy of Enneacraft Reset in the graveyard. Or excuse me, in the deck, so we can go ahead and fish that out. Does he destroy? He may not. It would be smart not to. Because he may think that my Pendulum Zones are locked. But if he leaves up, he did destroy it, okay. Then let's go. Activate. And we'll set the whale. Enneacraft Release. Enneacraft Release is going to grab our Tree 2 Enneacraft. Expeditia. Activate, pay 9. Ouch. And then we will try to grab things that'll give us the field spell. 33% chance. Do we get it? Ooh, swing and a miss. Have we haven't done blue stack yet. So I'm just going to rebirth for 2. And get another green shape. That's okay. Play it. And activate. We'll do the same combination of cards here. Trying to get it. And I'll take these because they are definitely not bad. Only 16 cards left in the deck here. If we play Pot of Desires, it's pretty dangerous. So, may not for the moment. We'll set it. And I could just, yeah, you know what? Let's see. Desires. Drew it all. We lost field spell access at this point. But there's still some other decent stuff we can do. So I think I'm going to go set a card. And I think that may be all she wrote. Do I want to just give him another draw? You know, no, I'll leave one in my hand just in case we got to make a recovery. So end turn for now. Kind of difficult. The Pot of Desires are technically what is losing this duel. And we're winning the other duels. Oh, hey. They're going to add a card from the deck to their hand. Let's try to stop that. Or at least temporarily banish one. All right, so I will add from the deck to the hand. There's not much left. But we can grab an Astapixia. Trying our best. After this, we will take a look at Vox's replay. And then just shoot the breeze about our new cards at Chaos Origins. We can take a look. All the card text is released on Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron right now, which is super helpful. Very close duel, by the way. Don't have to do too much to close this out for either side. Didn't want to tribute the Vanity's Fiend. Just felt like the risk of the 600 damage or a very large attack position monster was not in the cards for us. They could hit us with something like Forbidden Droplet, and then it's a 1200 attacker, and then that's game. So maybe not. Chaos Origin is going to come out next week, but your premiere event, which means when your official tournament store hosts an opportunity for you to get product early, that's this weekend. In fact, for Europe, that's basically tomorrow, and for North America, that'll be Friday. All right, so that hurt. Does he deck us out? That's going to be the craziest thing. All right, he goes for the Astapixia. And then last but not least, think big whale thoughts. And then flip effect activates, flip everybody permanently face down. Not as important against a fusion-based deck. You know, if you're gonna fuse, I will go ahead and special summon an Enneacraft monster with my hand face down. But yeah, Chaos Origin, super excited for Chaos Origin because, like, it's there's a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of really good support. I think Blazing Dominion, and I said this like for months, weeks, that it really like surprised me how much it was the end of the last series. Starting from Duelist Advance, the journey of Medius the Pure, bringing us all the way around and back again. But I really like the new design philosophy of the trading card game. I love that they're putting back in what many would call staples, right? These power cards that work in any of these different decks. Oh man, is he really gonna do it? All right. Would you consider targeting 2 cards on the field and destroying them? He's gonna do it. What if I activated the effect of this card? And I said, we ain't doing that. Evo's also this weekend, so I'm going to have to try to check that out too. There's just so much going on. Banish permanently. I'm only going to do 1,000 damage, technically speaking. My Astapixia could have just turned and attacked the Blazing Cartesia. He's going to fuse now with the Ketu Draco Tail, so I'm curious to know if that's going to be the way he gets through or gets rid of Blazing Cartesia. Has to fuse a dragon or spellcaster monster, but isn't able to get rid of the Blazing Cartesia. So we get a Draco Tail Arthalion, but with Arthalion, he cannot target cards on the fields or in the graveyard. Hello, bird friends. You may be the secret here. It's interesting that I just noticed that if you look at the Enneacraft cards, you can see like there's these big orange glows around, but the inside of this is orange. And when you look at the Torimar and you look above it, there's that orange. So I just noticed that because I see here, and this is the red, but like, you see the shapes. Inside of this is technically pink. So if I scroll down and I look at Architail, Architail's pink. So yeah, it's the green. Okay, so every Enneacraft was the correct shape that I thought it was, but I did think I missed what their cores are, what's powering them. Oof, lost that, but still not a big issue because we're just going to turn this to attack mode and eat them. All right, Link Summon. We're going to go for SP Little Light. Still targets. Does nothing. I think we are like winning this almost entirely off of Astapixia, turn to attack mode, and go. That's the end phase. Without doing a single other thing. I guess we kind of need to do like a single other thing. Because I do really need to get this out. Let's turn to attack, see what happens. Okay. But there's still the SP Little Light. So, a Dragon Monster. Oh, Secretarian Dragon. Okay. Has no quick effect. Gulamel's effect activates, that's fine. Battle phase? Attack? Okay, we still made it out of that one. Not too bad, not too bad. GG's from the opponent, though, by the way, just really hanging in there. But what I thought caused us to lose actually put us in a position to win. So, 4 away from Master 3, but we'll save that, and I'm going to keep working on that as time goes by. But I've been sitting on this Vox, and I apologize, friendly friend, at least according to what this says. Friends, Romans, countrymen. Where is Voximus Maximus? All right, Vox, I don't think I'm blind. So, there he is. Okay, I'm blind. Ha! Yeah, I did not expect to walk out of that one either, but you just have to, like, try. All right, WCS? WCS. Wait, it's got to be one of these two. The second one. All right. let's see what we've got here. On marker, excuse me, on your mark, get set. Lunalight. I'm gonna say duel, but interesting. So we got Cool Tune Rekko hitting the field. It's gonna get stopped with Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring immediately. But Cool Tune Synchro is gonna get Shane there again. If you're playing Cool Tune Synchro, you are more likely than not to win the duel, which is fabulous numbers, right? So let's go ahead and Synchro for 4 here. The materials are Cool Tune, Rekko, and Rotary. Make none other than Cool Tune Trackmaker. So searching something out here. See what the opponent does. Obviously the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, not a great feeling, but it seems like we're gonna work our way back here. They're about to find out that you're Lunalight. So not only do they grab the JJ Cool Tune, looks like the Trackmaker will also grab the Cool Tune Q. So they know what they're up against. They'll activate the JJ Cool Tune. Seems like we're gonna try to get out the Zalen going into the Synchro 7, but before that, Cool Tune Mix is gonna grab into the Rotary. Decent materials for a lot of different things, but actually we're going for a 5 here. Probably Cool Tune Remix, I would imagine. Set that up, but it is Cool Tune Remix in defense mode. That'll queue off the Q. And you're either getting the Droll or the Callby. Man, the Callby would have been good, but it is not to be. So Cool Tune Rekko normal summoned off the Rotary. We're going to see the Cool Tune Field Spell. Go ahead and tribute that off. So JJ Cool Tune turns that into Cool Tune Clip. So still have the possibility of making a Zalen and a bunch of other stuff. Let's see what ends up happening. Patrol Lockwood on top of the deck. We're going to activate Foolish Burial, sending away Lunalight Yellow March, who's going to immediately activate the effect, adding in Lunalight Fusion, allowing for the fusion of some Lunalight monsters, maybe, with a little help from the extra deck. But Cool Tune Remix is going to change to Lunalight Masquerade. Means that you can go ahead and add a tuner back to the hand, special summon another, and then maybe Synchro summon. It's going to be Cool Tune Rekko, and that's actually being used with Trackmaker to probably make Zalen, so 2+4 is 7. And you get the destruction effect of the Rekko there. So Masquerade resolves, Trackmaker, then Rekko. I think would have actually like blocked it the other way, but especially if you're doing with a Hamlet, I guess it doesn't matter either or. Trackmaker is going to go ahead and try to bounce, but there's just nothing to bounce. So we do have the Silverhound there. Silverhound is going to go ahead then and we get out our Gold Leo. We go ahead and then bring out Kaleido Chick. Before that, finally interrupting. Here comes the Cool Tune Clip. So Zalen the Shackled Dragon is going to try to negate and destroy the Gold Leo. So goodbye Gold Leo for now. Cool Tune Clip dropping on in. And so Cool Tune Crackle. You don't see Cool Tune Crackle as much. Maybe you will in the future, since we're kind of losing some of our rotaries and some of the other cards after the next Forbidden Limited list here. But they're not in a terrible position as they banish, interesting, just a random Salamangreat Almirage there. We're going to go ahead and banish the Max C, leave the Molcharmy at the top of the deck. But Yellow Martin's going to use its effect to go ahead and recycle Lunalight Kaleido Chick. You're playing Lunalight Fusion, so that's it. That's everything. Yeah, here it comes. Behold, Lunalight Liger Dancer. And she'll go and activate her effects. Send everybody away. Get to bring that back. Banish some cards. Okay. Battle. And then once more for 3,800. Puts the opponent on the back leg, but they do have 4 cards and the field spell. That Droll and Lockbird may come back to bite them. They had a choice. They didn't have to leave it on top of the deck. But JJ Cool Tune is going to be activated here, tributing the Rotary, but that's going to be stopped by the Lunalight Silverhound. Banishing the Leo Dancer to negate and destroy. That's the game. Yeah, they don't got anything else. Maybe they did remember that. Droll and Lockbird, after all, really, really good stuff. And good for Leaf. You got to see Vox do some good work. We got up to Master 4. And I did want to just kind of like talk briefly about the new set. New set's coming out very soon. Hi, friends. I'm going to go to the database. So I'm going to camera follow. We'll put all this space right here. What could we put with all this space here? Well, we could put some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And we have. But actually what I'm going to go do is go to the capture here, and you'll see we've got Chaos Origins, and I just kind of like want to walk through the new set. Silly as that may sound, is there a better way to display this information? Maybe. Hold on. I'm going to try to reformulate. Can I make it like squishier, bigger, more zoomed in? Looks like yes, actually, is the answer. I'm going to go add source, There we go. And I'll just put it like about one card to the next card so you can see what's going on. Yes, and then giant card text. And you know what? I think I'm going to need to borrow one of my own screens here. So I'm going to go NA production. Sorry, friends. Copy, hide, put us here. Oh, yeah, this would be a good place to put this. Paste as a new source. Oh, yeah, this does totally work. So I can just go bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk. Nope, that's not it either. Hold on. Paste as new source. You know that is gonna work. We're gonna do that. Yeah, so we can just talk about the new stuff that's coming out soon. And I also can see alert box. Where's this? This is window region settings. Do I have the ability to increase? Nope, that's decreasing the height. How would I? Nope, that's what we got. That's what we got. So we got just a little bit of Master Duel on the bottom there. My bad, friends. But yeah, there's so much really cool stuff. So obviously Black Chaos is huge and is a card that I do really want to get a copy of. It is rated as being a much more desirable card than the Ritual Monsters because well, you need this, obviously, to play the deck. I only really want one, though, because I just want to start playing Red Dragon Archfiend. And I know that sounds silly, because that's what I was on last, but this card can't be normal summoner set, which means you can grab it with Crimson Dragon. Or, Crimson Blade Dragon. I think this, actually, probably, like, the Skull Archfiend of Chaos, Yami Yugi Turbo, like, definitely Duelist Kingdom. Definitely, Skull Archfiend of Chaos is huge. It's super rare generally in the set. Also comes out as a Starlight, is what I saw some other people pull from the content creator videos. It's really great, by the way. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can target 3 other cards in the graveyards and or face that banishment, including a card that mentions like Darkness Ritual. Place them on the bottom of the deck in any order if you do so special to this card. I repeat, you can target 3 other cards, including a card that mentions Light Darkness. So you could be like, get rid of your graveyard and I'll just recycle one of my own cards. That's insane. Celtic Mystic is Graceful Charity. Draw 3, discard 2 after you reveal your own hand. I'm a streamer, right? I play with my hand revealed all the time. We got Grifo. Grifo's huge. Why? Because it is a level 4 or lower Dark Fiend monster that you can literally search off of cards like in the concept of the Crimson Dragon. I appreciate you, Eldritch Mirai. But you can just grab this with Crimson Call, and you can literally go like Albaz, Wowbaz, Fallen of the White Dragon, summon, Ecclesia, summon, level 8, Synchro, Crimson King, grab Crimson Call, play Crimson Call, grab Grifo, discard Grifo, set a quick play spell or trap card that mentions Light Dark or Ritual. And Darkness Ritual, excuse me, from your deck. It can be activated this turn. So there's like so much. I really want to play this deck, but man, do I need some stuff. Does it out Liger Dancer? You know, I probably need to make a bigger monster. But yeah, there's so much you can do with Grifo. The Sacred Beast, if you haven't checked them out, honestly, really, really exciting too. I pulled Hamon, I want to say, on the video, but I think each of these also comes in Starlight. They're super rare normally. This set is so well designed too. Cool cards are hollow if you want them, but if you just want to play with them, they're accessible. They're accessible. You asked for it, it's here. Now you better play those cards. But for everything else, Summoner of the Sacred Beast, really neat. Many of these things we did talk about in my opening video, so I'm not going to belabor the points and stuff, but Whisker, Blitzcleek, Surge Blitzcleek, I think is a secret rare. Crackle Blitzcleek is the other secret rare. Everything else should be ultra lower. Really neat Thunder Base strategy. The AWAS, also really, really, really cool. All the new Alistair supports neat. The Alistair stuff's going to take me a while to like lab out and or see other people play. I think I'm going to jump in. Trying to build Yami Yugi Turbo for sure, and then just kind of slowly but surely crawling up from there. I wonder if you could play Chess Enneacraft. Or it's just Enneacraft, but you put the trap card from the chess monsters in there because you don't really use all of your spell and trap zone anyway. And maybe you could just put the 500 damage. I really love the chess monsters, so let's actually scroll down. We're going to skip some S-Force. And some other cards here. Man, it's so cool to see extended art. She's so cool. Pharaoh the Primordial Goddess. Reveal a spell card or trap card and this card in your hand. And then until the end of the next turn, neither player can activate cards or effects in response to the activation of cards or effects or of cards with the same name as the revealed spell or trap card. That's cool because you're like, hey, anything is super polymerization now. So that's also really neat. But as we skip along, one day I will find Magician of Dark Chaos, Black Chaos, and Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Light and Darkness. Oh, the power of chaos, the power of light and darkness intertwining. Too good. But. So, you go all the way down. You know it's a TCG World Premiere if it is after number 80. And you'll notice, because it'll go like spells, traps, and then all of a sudden it'll be something that's not a trap. So, we know Witness of the Ancient is really cool. If you have a synchro monster in your field or graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If it's special summoned, you can place up to 3 synchro monsters with different names from your extra deck and or graveyard into your spell and trap zone as face of continuous spells, and special summon an Arc token. I don't think I get to use this if I was playing Enneacraft, but it's still neat. The reason why with Enneacraft is you can't special summon except for face down. But let's talk about the Angelic monsters. So, they're all just synchros, and if you can get to 8 for Angelic Bastion, you get a lot done because it allows you to target another card in the column, banish it if you want to, because it's a rook, right? That's so, it just needs to have like chess vibes. But if the card is placed in the spell and trap zone as a continuous spell, place an Angelic Shatranga, the king, from your extra deck in your spell and trap zone as a face of continuous spell. That's so important. Let's talk about what these cards do. Because Shatranga this is so neat. While this card is treated as a continuous spell, your opponent can only attempt to activate, we actually have the word attempt, to activate up to 5 monster effects per turn. And you can win chess in 4 moves. This is saying, man, if you can't, or actually you can do checkmate in 4 moves. They're saying if you can't win the game in 5 moves, you're done. That's exciting. Shatranga is a really interesting card. Yeah. Because it's in the DNA of the game. Somebody has to be the villain. And I figured the person with the friendliest smile might be a good candidate. So yeah, they can nib. But this stays in the spell and trap zone, so it doesn't actually show up in the main monster zone to be Nibiru. What does Destrier do? This is, I want to say, I think it's, take a look at the art. Oh, you can't click anything again. I think it's the bishop, but we'll see. But while this card's in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, 500 damage. That sounds like a me deck. That sounds fun. And then we have the Enlisted, which is the pawn. It's only a level 2 synchro monster. But, so, target a monster in this card's adjacent column. So it's got to be over there. It's got to do like the pawn thing. Banish it. Then change control of this card by moving it to one of your opponent's main monster zones. So it literally like gets, if it goes from the spell and trap zone to the monster zone, or it's the pawn sitting in front of your actual like chess guys, then it goes like literally across diagonally onto their field, and then because you had a pawn go to their field, then you get to special summon an Angelic monster from their extra deck. So really just amazing vibes. Incredible stuff. Real chess stuff. When all of this comes out, I want to play a game of chess with these cards. And like, we'll put them on little stands, and then I'll just play like just chess. It'll be this as one set, and then the other set will be the Archfiend monsters, like Terror King Archfiend, Vile Pawn Archfiend, etc. You also have Angelic opening to E4, and I counted, and I'm actually going to, in the background, pull up the solo mode for Master Duel. Trading and challenges, challenge. Because it's so funny that this actually works. I'll go my deck, and I'm going to go first. And I'll show you that, like, the vibes on this are so cool. So what it says is, if your opponent goes first, you can activate this from your hand during the standby phase on their first turn. Place one Angelic field spell from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up on your field. So set up the chessboard. And if you do, special summon a level 2 or a level 7 Angelic monster from your extra deck. And if you do that, place one Angelic monster from your extra deck in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So it basically does King Castle. But what's so cool is, let's talk about E4. E4. Where is E4? Well, E4 is, wait, how do I get, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. There we go, window region. I think it would be A, B, C, oh no, excuse me, A, because the deck is 1. A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually like literally going over to their side of the field. And I think that works both the other way. 1, so A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's like making a chess move to their field, which is neat. And actually, it wouldn't be next to the field spell because I'm counting the deck zone, but if you did do it on the field spell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for E, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of different ways to explain what it's doing, but it just feels really, really cool. And then we've got new normal monsters, you know, Primite support. We've got Possessed Destiny, the Wind Fusion, a Spellcaster monster, and a Wind monster that's huge as a Super Poly target. Super Polymerization is like, it's ridiculous. It's taking up so much of the extra deck space, but I think it's so cool that you can like play a main deck that has just no leaning on the extra deck and then just play a really interesting Super Polymerization package. But that's pretty much the whole set. I'm going to paste this in the chat so you guys can see it. So, boop. Paste. And paste. So everybody's got that. But, like, there's some really, really neat stuff coming in the next set. Like, absolutely just cool, cool stuff. Let me make sure we get rid of, I think there's a window region. Yes. So, you guys looking bright. So are the next weeks, right? Oh my goodness. So, and 4-Leaf, this, you may want to pay particular attention if you're not on this one, because this is a really interesting thing I just found out. Turns out that in the local Dallas-Fort Worth area, voice actors for Yami-Yugi, Seto Kaiba, that guy, and Ted Lewis, also known as the voice actor for Bakura, Jack Atlas, he's got a number of characters. But yeah, Eric Stewart, Dan Green, Ted Lewis are going to be in town. So maybe I will go visit them on Saturday and then do the premiere event on Friday night and Sunday. So I may just skip a day on the tournament stuff. But I'm really excited. Like, I've already busted out my Yami-Yugi sleeves. So, wait, camera. The sleeves, not the face. You don't need the face. The other thing, by the way, you can tell I'm excited about the new cards, is I'm going to give you very loyal duelists a little sneak preview. I like to call this the fashion forecast. And one of these I've technically worn before. We're going to try something else. So I don't know in what particular order, but because you asked me, am I excited for anything in Chaos Origins? Yes. Yes. But, so, and, yes. I have worn each of these designs at one point before, although these two are new, so I haven't worn these before, like actually, like, put them on. But this one I have, and I'm excited to just, like, because it's the monsters. We're going to be seeing Black Chaos, right? The Soldier of Light and Darkness, and the Summoned Skull of Chaos, or Summoned Archfiend of Chaos, Skull Archfiend of Chaos, Skull Archfiend of Chaos. We've got a lot of really cool stuff coming up. So I wanted to kind of celebrate all those new monsters, and I will be styling. Oh, I just saw that HM Powered redeemed the replay pass. So we're not going to leave you hanging, fam. Let's check out a replay real fast, and then see where we're going from there. It's okay. We'll beat the CPU next time. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled programming, like we said. Going back. Friendly friends. I'm mashing the button. There we go. And where is it? Oh, there you are. What we doing, fam? Replays. Could be any of these incredible duels. Actually, you do have a lot saved. Although I can tell we definitely love Dragon Link for like the last couple of duels and oh, speaking of which, appreciate you, Moto Maniac. Like Moto Yuki. Well, maybe it's just a coincidence. Either or, fam. You pick what you want to have shown. Because my answer is dice roll and find out. That's how you really know what you're... So I've always used this as, like, a way to make a decision you didn't want to make, is you're just like, you know, evens it's this, odds it's that, and you roll the dice. Then you ask yourself how you feel with the fact that you rolled evens. And then you get to realize, you're like, you know, I kind of wish it would be odds. Then just pick odds. Oh, dropped it. But yeah, we could just catch some dice. Not right now, Moto, but don't worry soon. Everybody just comes in like, me, I can do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, dude, it ain't that serious. We're just watching a replay of another Duelist right now. But you probably could do it, by the way. Do, 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 do. HM. We gotta make a decision. Oh, second or third replay are both maxi challengers. My bad, I missed that. Well then that's easy. Evens, odds. It was a 6, which is evens, which is this one. All right, let the games begin. And sorry for my slowness. Well, you can always duel against ranked duelists. Playing for wins is good, but playing against opponents you've never met before is equally good. All right, but jumping into this duel, looks like Maxi activated immediately on Sangen Kaiman. That's right. We were doing all the crazy Galaxy stuff last time. Okay, so Dragonic Warrior discarded for the Galaxy Soldier. Okay, so Galaxy Soldier Photon Jumper's effect is going to activate, so it's Galaxy Soldier. You'll add another copy of Galaxy Soldier off of that, and we'll proceed from there. Oh, actually, Galaxy Summoner. I forget the pure Galaxy. And then grabbing Galaxy 100 with the Photon Jumper. Dragonic Warrior approaching the field here. Rocket Tracer going to get summoned out. And then Photon Emperor joining the ranks there. It activates its effect as well. That's a lot of cards. I'm going to leave the mouse up here so you can see the deck amount. 33 right now. 32, my goodness. So, quest continues as Galaxy Summoner is added into the fray. It's going to bring back the Galaxy Wizard. Galaxy Wizard's effect will equally activate Tributing in order to grab the Galaxy Expedition. Galaxy Expedition activates, and that'll get the Galaxy Afterglow. The card count continues. Striker Dragon and Rocket Tracer end up link summoning off for Breach Boral Dragon. 30 cards remain. 29? Well, we'll see. Alright, adding a Boral spell or trap. It's going to be Boral Regenerator. Droll Lockbird is activated. So you'll get locked out of the deck. That is going to prevent the Maxi challenge from continuing. We're not doing this by deck out. Fair and square. Number 90, Galaxy has Photon Lord. You won't be searching a card now, but you might next turn. And a free negate never hurts nobody. Up next is going to be Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon, so maybe discarding to Decimate, but before then we're going to see Photon Jumper added back to the hand, then a big ol' Link summon, including a Rocket Detonator here. It's going to be Link 5, Boral End Dragon. I don't think I've ever seen its animation, not a Boral End Dragon oppositioner, but a very modest field technique when you think about how much the opponent's got there. Activating the effect. Number 90, it's going to be met with Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. We're going to let that ride, so we're not activating number 90's effect with Chain in order to negate. Going to hold on to that for later in the turn. So, Maiden of White discarded by WM Choice here. Place in the True Light. True Light's effect is going to activate in order to set the wishes for Eyes of Blue. Which immediately going to be activated, discarding the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it's Light Dragon versus Light and Dark Dragons. Ultimate Fusion added from the deck to the hand, as well as Sage with Eyes of Blue will immediately be normal summoned in order to grab a level 1 Light Tuner. Effect Veiler makes sense, although I'm surprised not to see Kaiba Man, the legend. We will see Blue Eyes White Dragon, though, the legendary Engine of Destruction. That's going to trigger the effect of Maiden of White to be special to the field. A quick Link summon here. The materials are a level 4 or lower spellcaster or dragon monster, so Spirit with Eyes of Blue is special to the field. Mausoleum of White should be added from the deck to the hand, but it's going to be stopped, actually, with the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Negating the effect there, slowing that down, and destroying that monster so there's no supplemental Blue Eyes. The Afterglow Dragon will also special summon Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which will trigger the effect of Galaxy 100, banishing a monster from the extra deck. We will see Neo Kaiser Seahorse, those special summons, so now we've got its level changed here. So, level 12, including 2 tuners, it's going to be Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Then, Neo Kaiser Seahorse is going to use that effect to go ahead and send a card to the graveyard. Synchro Rumble activated to grab Maiden of White. And Raigeki, just straight up Raigeki. That'll destroy a dragon. So Blue Eyes Jet Dragon's effect is going to activate now, so it's not completely for naught. So not for nothing, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon special himself to the field, bounces away the number 90, but Photon Emperor's effect activates, special himself in defense mode, then activating its effect requiring the attack there, sort of drawing fire away from the Borderland Dragon. But we'll see another Synchro Summon here, probably Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and it is, so 8+1 skills, 9 last I checked. It'll immediately be tributed off. Crimson Dragon? Crimson Dragon, gonna go ahead and target a level 12 monster, copying it, but Boral End Dragon gonna go ahead and target a monster here and negate the effects there. So unfortunately, Rocket Tracer there, since you can't respond to the effect of the Boral End Dragon. So Photon Jumper Draw, going to target another monster, special summoning it back and negating its effects. Another attempt here for the Crimson Dragon and True Light and Necrofusion. Wait, what? Is this Dragon Master Magia? Banishing, no, just a Blue Eyes White Dragon. The Blue Eyes White Dragon face down, by the way, for Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon defense mode, just to stop the bleeding. But now we see Banishing the White Dragon set, and that's not going to be as effective considering that 2 Blue Eyes are banished face down. You need to reveal those Blue Eyes in order to destroy those cards with Banishing the White Dragon. But speaking of dragons, Rocket Tracer combining with Photon Jumper for another dragon, Ancient Fairy Life Dragon. All her well-painted nails there. Effect Veiler is going to attempt to stop its effect, so not going to try to draw a card after all. It's the level 8 dragon monster though. What are we going to do with that? Well, Boral Regenerator is going to be equipped to the Rocket Tracer. That's going to special summon it back to the field. We'll use effect, trading out the 100 Galaxy for Rocket Loader. Rocket Loader then will grab Absol Router Dragon, and then we'll see. Immediate Synchro Summon here. Full Savage Dragon makes sense. You already got plenty of Link monsters. Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon will be the target there, so 2 Boral counters for 2 additional negates there. Rocket Loader going to get banished. And then I guess we level modulated. This is a Link summon actually. Link 3 is going to be Triss Boral Dragon. Reporting down, just covering the fire. We'll then see Absol Router Dragon chained on there, so we're going to add a rocket monster from the deck to the hand off the Absol Router, and that's going to be Rocket Synchron. We ain't done yet. And then also double interlock here. Battle phase first, though. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Crimson Dragon. We'll also get rid of the monster there. Can't do anything about the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, which is pretty resilient, though, but you do get to attack again there in order to get rid of the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, so you don't have to banish from the effect of the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. But Boral End Dragon going to go ahead and activate its effect, negating, and then special summon the Rocket Tracer. We'll see the Boral counter used against the Majesty of the White Dragon. There'll be a chain of the True Light, but True Light's only going to be able to set a card, and I can't think of what we've got left other than Burst Stream of Destruction. I've used that as a way to get the field spell back. If you can get to a Blue Eyes, that may be the way it goes. There's no Blue Eyes on the field right now. We'll banish the Roar of the Blue Eyes Dragon, so it's fusion time. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, another Blue Eyes. This will be Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, I would imagine. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon pops 3,400, able to attack everybody. So let's see, it'll get rid of the Triss Boral Dragon. It's going to go ahead and set another trap here for the Necrofusion and get the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon back, so that's huge, preventing your own destruction, at least for the other cards that aren't Jet Dragon. So Jet Dragon back to the field here, and Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon also going to set that Necrofusion. We're going to activate bouncing away the Boral Dragon at the expense of the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, but I think it's a fair trade. Also, WM will go ahead and destroy the Rocket Tracer, but that is all she wrote. So HM Power, what you got? You wanted to show us this replay. Turn 5, by the way. Boot Sector launch activated. True Light's going to get chained. It's going to special with the Blue Eyes. Like, there can't be anything crazier than Burst Stream of Destruction, so we'll get that Blue Eyes back to the field. Classic tablet art there. Boot Sector launch is resolving, but before that, we'll go ahead and see the name of White. Special summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Boot Sector launch will bring back 2 rocket monsters. We'll also normal summon the Photon Jumper, so it's a Synchro Summon again, level 8. Chills are 4 and 4, and you get back the Boral Savage Dragon. It was bounced after all. There's still a Link monster in the graveyard, so 2 Boral counters it is, but now it's 3 actually because the Triss Boral Dragon. Double Interlock is activating, so Guns A-Blazing and banishing from the graveyard to make Borreload Fatal Flare Dragon. So getting everything from Burst Protocol out. Hollow Rocket Dragon added back in the battle phase now. We are going to see another monster summoned out there changing. We are going to attack them instead. Jet Dragon's effect activates. It's going to be difficult to get through. It's a pretty layered field. Nothing too scary, but it's around. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon is going to still activate its effect even in the damage step, setting the Majesty of the White Dragons, but there'll be some damage from the Neo-Kaiser Seahorse. Neo-Kaiser Seahorse is destroyed, so Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon sent to the graveyard. I haven't seen the Blue Eyes Ultimate, so I'm not sure if we're going to get to see the Dragon Master Magia, but it looks like we are trying to do that now as Majesty of the White Dragons is activated immediately, attempting to destroy. It's actually a really good choice from WM Choice 150, trying to use up those early negates, and then by the time we get to Dragon Master Magia, it's pretty good, but it doesn't look like we got that. We just have anti-targeting. So we'll use the Burst Stream of Destruction, destroy everything, build the overlay network, 2 level 8 monsters, and it's Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon gonna detach and attempt to summon there, but that's going to get negated, and we're going to special summon another rocket monster, this time Rocket Detonator. So negate on the 4,000 tech. Still big, but we're going to the battle phase, 500 across the 4th bout. Still not destroyed. Again, it's because it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, neither player can target this card with monster effects. A really good card if you get it out. That's stuck on the field. But summon everything. So all these rockets combined, Tachyon Cloud Dragon added from the deck to the hand, gets special summon itself, very Photon-esque. But now it's going to be joined by Galaxy has Tachyon Primal Dragon, which adds Tachyon Transmigration, banishing the Starliege Safer, recycling the Boral Savage Dragon, and then I wonder what we're going to synchro summon. So Boral Savage Dragon here on the field. And that'll go in equipped with the Trisporal Dragon. Back to the battle phase. 4150 is thankfully big enough. We will see Kaibaman the Legend back on the field. And that's going to clear many monsters out. But finally, 150. Get through 3,000 True Light being activated, but we're going to negate the special summon there, removing a Boral counter with Boral counters to spare. And so 3,000 damage finally. What a really good duel. Thank you for sharing this one, for real. All right, turn change. WM Choice, 150, back in action. Draws for turn, sets a card, activates True Light, but we just talked about it. But the Boral counters will not be used to slow this down. We will see the Maiden of White and the Kaibaman the Legend being activated, so that'll add a Blue Eyes monster from the deck to the hand. Ooh, what could be left at this point? It is Dragon Spirit of White, a Kaiba specialist. Maiden of White also special coming back to the field. Immediate synchro summon here. 1 + 8 is 9. Could be an Azure Eyes, could be a Dragon Spirit, but it's going to be a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Battle phase goes ahead and destroys that monster. Jet Dragon back in action, but that will be negated this time by the Boral Savage Dragon, greatly limiting the amount of cards that WM Choice has to choose from. We'll see the Spirit Dragon tribute itself to special summon a Lightstorm Dragon. Lightstorm Dragon is able to go ahead and destroy, but negate special. Man, Borderland Dragon's good. This might be the best use case application I've ever seen of Borderland Dragon. Lightstorm Dragon is going to have its effect negated, so it's not going to destroy. It does get destroyed, and that's the game. Looks like the opponent knew it was coming. Really good back and forth play. Great stuff. Like exceptional stuff. And that makes sense. I think he did an excellent job in that duel. All right, duelists, it's about that time. Again, since there's so much going on, let's really talk. Let's really talk about what's going on, because even I can't keep all this straight. First off, this weekend, if you like Yami Yugi, it is a good time to duel, because Chaos Origins is going to be this weekend. The premier event can be held on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Some shops are holding it all 3 days. I'm definitely going to hit up the shop, and it's going to be a good time. Definitely looking forward to it. But there's also other events going on in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In North Richland Hills, Yami Yugi, Seto Kaiba, and Yami Bakura are going to be around, so I got to pick. But let's say you don't care about none of that. You ain't going to no pre-release. You ain't going to no voice acto event. You ain't doing nothing. Well, Chaos Origins will be available in your official tournament store next Wednesday, and should also be available wherever you find Yu-Gi-Oh! On July 3rd, which is Friday. July 4th is a momentous occasion, but it marks approximately 4 weeks since the passing of Alex Simo, and it also marks 4 years since the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kazuki Takahashi sacrificed himself, right, in order to attempt to save a woman and a child in a riptide, as it's called, in Okinawa. So that is always, on my mind, because one person obviously created the universe that we live in. Another person did a great job just carrying the torch there, and a lot of people will remember Alex for that. So that's cool. I already did kind of my thoughts on that on Facebook post, but that is. I think the best way to say it is a lot of duelists go to Yu-Gi-Oh! So they don't have to think about the rest of the world. And as you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Makes you think about the rest of the world because it does handle everything from war and famine and how we should spend our money and our time and everything. And that's all literally encapsulated just in the first season alone. So these are certainly moments where I think more people than ever before are having a shared experience of someone that they never met passing and it hitting. So I'm going to try to do something tasteful and just kind of like, here's the moment of silence for that day, and then that'll be July 4th. But if all that brought you down, let's lift you back up, put the oxygen way back in your lungs, because the following week, I leave Wednesday for the NAWCQ, and I am going to be there until Monday. It's going to be a full week of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm looking forward. There's so many duelists showcasing new cards, showcasing new strategies. Still a lot of people who got to make the World Championship and punch that ticket to Tokyo. And, well, you might hear a familiar voice when all that's going on. And I look forward to seeing you there if you're going to be in Minneapolis. If you're not going to be in Minneapolis, maybe you're on the West Coast. San Diego Comic-Con is coming up. That'll be mid-July, and I'm very excited for that too, because I get to just hang out with duelists for 5 days straight. 4.5 technically. But I will be down there, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. And then we get some peace, right? Because August is when we should be getting into just kind of normal Yu-Gi-Oh!, just kind of chill. There's even a set drop in August, because usually that's like the calm down period. Yu-Gi-Oh! Products. What sets have been announced for August, if any? Booster packs. There's the World Championship limited pack for 2026. They did that last year with the France flags, which are really cool. Take a look at that real fast. Do we have any info? Oh, yes, it's going to be ukiyo-e. Ukiyo-e. It's woodblock carving. And that's going to be really neat. That we're going to have like some wood block carving art that is popular during the Edo period. The 1600s through the 1800s of Japan. Back when the capital, I think, was Kyoto, not Tokyo. So that's an exciting one. If you're not into reprinted cards with cool art, Beyond the Brave. Is that the October set? Do I got to wait until October for Joey Wheeler's cards? Don't you do that. Yeah, oh, it is. Okay, so that basically is about the next month, and we'll just do intermittent streams, and I'm going to start to do, like, some thoughtful, reflective content. So, last thought, before we go for the night, since I all got you here. Show of hands. There is something I've wanted to do, but it involves me not interacting with the chat for about 5 hours. And I want to do a readathon, and I want to do it, like, before the NAWCQ, which gives me, like, next week, and that's it. That's it. But I would like to read, for the benefit of all duelists going to the NAWCQ, the complete tournament policy and tournament penalty guidelines. So what does that require from you? For you to be patient that I'm probably not going to read the chat, like, maybe I'll catch up like once an hour, but I want to do that so that I could like do a supercut so that all these busy duelists who are so good at Yu-Gi-Oh! They know all these cards by heart and all the effect text, who have also never read the tournament policy guidelines. There are people who have been in the World Championship and maybe won and still haven't read the tournament policy guidelines. We got to fix that. So that's like something. Oh, hey, Goldline. I'm Goldline. But yeah, I might do that in the future. So I'll just put a big thing, like a cautionary thing. It's like, hey, Pheromone's not reading the chat right now because and like literally it would just be like for real. Tournament policy guidelines. But I'm gonna show you the amazing stuff that you're looking forward to. Is this 2.5? Yeah, it is 2.5. So I mean it when I say I'm gonna read it. It would be like, here we go. Maximize this to the right size. Yeah, add a source. I mean, we are literally going through it line by line. And the intent, so that everybody finally has seen this, and if they haven't, they just be like, go watch the video. To participate in a sanctioned or official KDE US tournament, you will need a Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron Konami Card Game Network KCGN card game ID number, or more commonly referred to as a card game ID. If you do not have one, you can download the Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron app from your mobile device's app store, recommended, or you can register for a KCGN account online. And like, we're doing that for 58 pages. 58 pages. And they're going to change it, and when they change it, we'll just do it again. But if you're supportive of that, because I could just do it without you guys. I could just be like, bye! And then, like, the camera's off, and I'm just like, okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron Konami Card Game Network. Or we could do it as a family. You let me know about that. And my preference would be to do it as a family. But obrigado por seguirme, Madkuroi. So I love Brazil, but my Portuguese is malo. So I'm sorry. But yeah, that would be the plan. That'd be the plan. So I would love to do that at some point. But we're gonna do that like the next 2 weeks. So just maybe that's gonna happen. So just keep that in mind. That said, we know what we're doing for the next couple of weeks, actually. We have, like, fully charted that out. But for the next couple of minutes, well, I'm sorry, friend. Those minutes are for saying goodbye, because this actually rings even truer given that Evolution is this weekend. But you are all free now. Well, since you can speak English, perfect timing for me to turn to the camera and say, you're all free now. Have a great rest of your evening. Good luck at the premiere events, and we'll be back sometime soon. I'm going to be recording some interesting content over the weekend for sure, mostly short form. But we do got to read those tournament policy guidelines. So see you soon. And thanks as always for watching. I definitely mean that. Take care though.